You're right guys, it's Capcom Tom here and welcome to another episode of FIFA Through the Years. Today we are going to be doing a video that you guys were highly requesting in a previous video, so I thought I'd make it for you, and that is the biggest transfer flops from the past 5 years. Now if there's any you think I've missed out, put it down in the comment section, or if you disagree with me in any way, put your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section as well. Now before we get into it, if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go check out battle.com, their link will be down in the description. A fast, cheap and reliable coin service, and if you use the discount code TCAPGUN, you'll get 5% off all your purchases. So let's dive in with our first player. And our first player today is going to be Fernando Torres. His move from Liverpool to Chelsea, I have to say, was kind of disastrous for his career. I mean, at Liverpool he was absolutely flying, and when he went to Chelsea things just didn't click, and we all know that he's not in favour. You know, they play other players in front of him in the Chelsea lineup, and you can see that over his cards as well. You know, he had an 89 rated card on FIFA 10, that's absolutely insane. 86 on FIFA 11, then he goes to 86 on FIFA 12, 85 on FIFA 13, and now he's only an 82 rated card. That's shocking compared to how good he was in that FIFA 10 season, and how well he played in the season with, you know, Gerrard and Alonso sitting behind him with Carragher in the defence. That was an absolutely unbelievable season for Liverpool, and for 50 million I feel that Chelsea really lost out. You know, I think at the time he was worth 50 million. When he was playing for Liverpool, people would have paid 50 million for him, but you know, as soon as he moved to Chelsea, he looked like he was worth, well, pretty much worthless, and I'm pretty sure he's up for sale now by Chelsea because they brought in Samuel Eto'o. But anyway, you can see now that we've got the informs on screen for you. He had 92 rated striker card on FIFA 10. That's absolutely insane. 94 pace, 88 dribbling and 93 shooting. That thing would have been unbelievable. If you could have that today, you'd be scoring for days. That's an unbelievable card. He also had his transfer card on FIFA 11. It's exactly the same as his FIFA 11 Liverpool card. He had 2 informs on FIFA 12. He had his inform, and then obviously he had his international man of the match when he played for Spain. And then we have 2 informs on FIFA 13, which is crazy considering he hasn't played all that well for Chelsea, but he had a man of the match and he also had an inform as well. So our next biggest transfer flop is going to be Andy Carroll. You guys told me that this one was a big transfer flop, and I'd have to agree with you all. Liverpool ended up paying 35 million or around about that much for Carroll when they bought him from Newcastle, and then they ended up selling him on to West Ham a couple of seasons later after Carroll had been out on loan to West Ham for 15 million, so they lost 20 million or around about that figure, which was a bit of a nightmare to be honest. And they sort of brought in Carroll to be a replacement for Fernando Torres, and I just guess he didn't live up to the name. He was really good at Newcastle. I can remember watching him at Newcastle. He had like passion and he had drive, and I just feel that he lost that when he moved away from Newcastle. He just didn't have the same sort of like hunger to score goals. You know, he's gone to West Ham, he's had injury problems as well, so he hasn't been on top form, but I'm pretty sure we will see more from him in the future. If we look at his cards though, you can see that at Newcastle he was originally a 69 rated striker that was silver, and he had 78 heading on that card. That's absolutely unbelievable. Then on FIFA 11 he had the 74 rated card that had 82 heading on it. That's kind of crazy. He actually dropped heading when he went to an 81 card at Liverpool. He had 81 heading overall, but he had 86 heading at West Ham on his FIFA 13 card, and now he has 88 heading for his West Ham card on FIFA 14. That's absolutely insane, and hence why so many people started using him at the start of the game as a cheap way of scoring a lot of goals, because you could cross into him and he'd head them in all day long. Now if we have a quick look at his upgrades and stuff, he had an upgrade or an inform. I don't really know what these cards are on FIFA 10, but an 83 rated card that obviously boosted all his stats by a huge amount. 86 shooting and 86 heading on that 83 Newcastle card. Then on FIFA 11 he had several different cards. He had the 79 rated card that you know, he got while he was at Newcastle. He had his Liverpool transfer card that was an 81 rating overall, and then he even managed to get an inform at Liverpool, which was an 84 rated card overall, and that had 91 heading. That's an absolutely crazy heading stat there. So let's move on to our next player, and our next player is going to be Stewart Downing. Now he was actually really good at Aston Villa. I think that he was sort of like a big fish in a small pond. You know, you have space to swim about and really do well and prove yourself at a smaller club, but when he moved to Liverpool for 20 million he actually didn't have that great a time. If we look at his sort of like appearances and goals for Aston Villa, in 2 years he had 63 appearances and managed to score 9 times. At Liverpool he had 65 appearances, so more appearances, and only managed to score 3 goals in that time. Especially since they paid 20 million for him, you can understand why he would be considered a transfer flop. And I have to apologise that all of the flops that we've had have actually involved Liverpool in some way. You know, Torres going to Chelsea from Liverpool, and then obviously we've had Downing just now, and before that we had Andy Carroll. That's not a pop at Liverpool, that's just what people were saying on Twitter. And if you have, as I said, any suggestions for players that are transfer flops, then put it down in the comment section. I'm more than happy to do a follow-up video if you guys want to see that. But anyway, after you know, having him at Liverpool for a couple of years, they actually ended up selling him on for 5 million, so they made a £15 million loss on him to West Ham. So that's absolutely crazy. Let's have a quick look at his informs or his upgrades. An 86 rated card, that's crazy on FIFA 10. 86 pace, 80 shooting, 87 passing and 86 dribbling. I'd actually love to have that card. I think it'd be a really, really good left mid for the Premier League. You know, it'd be competing with Hazard for the left mid position in Premier League. That would be absolutely crazy. Also had that 80 rated, obviously, Liverpool transfer card. And then at Liverpool, he had a man of the match card and an inform, but they were exactly the same, which was kind of strange. And then on FIFA 13, he also had the transfer card to West Ham. Now we can move on to our next player, which is going to be Kaka. So we all remember that Kaka was actually the most expensive player in the world at one point when he moved to Real Madrid. He went for about £56 million from AC Milan to Real Madrid. However, that transfer fee was actually beaten by Ronaldo, I think about 2 months or even maybe just a month later, when he actually joined Real Madrid as well. Now Kaka was absolutely flying when he joined you know, Madrid. He was unbelievable at Milan. He really, really was like the playmaker and everything about that team. He was just absolutely insane. Then he moved to Real Madrid. He's had so many injury problems, and that really has put like a hamper to what was an absolutely amazing career up until that point. It was kind of unfortunate as well, because he was one of my favourite players at the time, and it was kind of sad to see him actually sort of drop out of favour and, you know, not get game time or get played and stuff like that, when you know he's such a fantastic player. And because he obviously cost £56 million, that sort of obviously puts him in the bracket of the biggest one of the biggest transfer flops, that's for sure. Anyway, he's moved back to Milan this season, and he actually, I believe, moved on a free transfer. So, you know, Real Madrid just losing out on 56 million there. That's absolutely insane. But if we have a quick look at his informs, he has a 90 rated centre attacking mid for Real Madrid, 93 pace, 90 shooting, 92 passing and 94 dribbling. That's absolutely insane. An 88 rated centre attacking mid card on FIFA 11. You know, he did have some very good informs over the years, despite not having the best of times. He had an 86 rated and an 87 rated man of the match card on FIFA 12, and then on FIFA 13 you can see there his Milan transfer card as well. He's now an 82 rated centre attacking mid, but I'm hoping he refines some of his former, you know, strength when he's back at Milan. Hopefully they'll treat him right and he'll get plenty of game time. Now we're going to go on to our final player, and that is going to be Robinho. Now Robinho moved to Man City from Real Madrid for a fee of £32.5 million. Now I didn't think that he actually had the worst of times, especially if you go back and look at his sort of like games to goal ratio. He scored 14 goals in 41 appearances, and for someone who's sort of like a left winger, that's not too bad. But you know, if they're sort of playing him in the sort of striker role, you would have expected him to score a lot more. I can't really remember because it was so long ago that this all happened, but you know, he fell out of favour at Man City, ended up going to Santos on loan. You'll actually see one of his Santos cards on FIFA 10, and eventually ends up going to Milan. And I think he had a really good time at Milan, especially when he was paired up front with Ibrahimovic. I remember seeing some great play in the Champions League from him, and yeah, he was always one of my favourite players on the game. He's had 5-star skills the entire time, all the way up until this year. He was a left forward last year, centre forward. It was obviously his centre forward card on FIFA 12 that I enjoyed the most. Absolutely loved that card, pairing him up top with Pato. That was an indestructible force. It was unbelievable to play with and really, really fun. But you can see there he goes from an 85 rated card on Man City to an 81 rated card at Milan. He actually went back up to an 84, went to an 83, and now he's dropped all the way down to a 75 rated striker. Now we can see his sort of cards that he had at on the FIFA 10. You can see the Santos card and the 81 rating overall. He obviously got dropped down quite a bit, and then he obviously got transferred over to Milan eventually. He had an inform on FIFA 12 and FIFA 13. No, those FIFA 11 and FIFA 12, sorry. So those were pretty cool cards. I did have the FIFA 12 one, enjoyed playing with that, and that's the last time he actually got an inform. So there you go, guys. That is the end of the video. As I said, if there's anything you disagree with, put it down in the comment section. Let's have a little debate about it. These were all suggested to me on Twitter, so they're not my personal opinion, although I do agree with them, and it was mainly your guys' input that sort of made this video, so I thank you for all of that. If you've enjoyed it, if you want to drop a like, let's see if we can hit 750 likes. That'd be amazing. But other than that, I'm going to have to stop talking. I will leave it there, and I will see you all next time.